Okay, so before we get into the weekly matchups, let's get something straight. I am not, under any circumstances whatsoever, trading Adrian Peterson. So get it out of your mind. It's not happening. Now, I thought that I would have stopped receiving these ridiculous offers once the season started, but apparently that's not the case because you guys are filling up my inbox with these ridiculous offers. It's not happening, fellas. Stop it. In fact, I'm going to start responding to some of these offers like this.
はじめまして、テレビ東京の大橋と申します。
どうもはじめまして、日野屋です。はい。テレビ東京のアナウンス部にいらっしゃるんですね。
そうなんです。アナウンサーの仕事。
Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we can talk about how Adrian Peterson helped me get off to a 2-0 start as I squeaked by Swift kicking the grass by 3 points. I must admit, he had me on the ropes and I was a little scared. But then I remembered, wait, I'm the best team in the league. And I'm not the only one who thinks so because there's another owner in the league who apparently thinks I'm the best team in the league as well. He asked that I withhold his identity, but here's the proof.
I mean, it's obvious that the testosterone ponies are going to win this thing. Man, he's got the most dominant team. He's got Adrian Peterson, Jamal Charles, Brandon Marshall, Jordan Cameron. I mean, you name it, he's got it.
The next game featured 2 winless teams as Where's the Beefers squared off against Token Minority, with Token Minority securing the victory on Monday night. Now, Token Minority is a fantasy football virgin, so congratulations to him on his first win. Now, I know that this win has to be extra rewarding because it comes against our league commissioner, who took one look at the schedule and thought that he had an automatic win facing Token Minority just based off of his vast experience. But that just goes to show that no matter who you play, you should never just sit back and be comfortable because...
Huh?
Now, in another matchup with 2 teams that were coming off wins to open the season, the Muscle Hamster was able to continue his winning ways by knocking off Blunt Testicular Trauma. Now, he had a pretty balanced attack, but most of the damage that he inflicted upon his opponent came at the hands of Aaron Rodgers, who had a career day. But if you think back to the draft party, you'll remember that a lot of us were scratching our heads wondering why he would take Aaron Rodgers with his first pick in the draft. Well, Mr. Rogers just gave us all a big fuck you. Okay, so as the score indicates, the GOAT smacked the shit out of the Chupacabras. No, really. He literally saw him and smacked the shit out of him. Now, one thing you can always count on is a poor showing by the Jaybirds. And once again, he didn't disappoint by putting up a losing effort, this time against the Aztec Warriors. Now, the Aztec Warriors were coming off a loss of his own, so he was more than happy to get this win. In fact, he was happier than a... The last matchup of week 2 featured Colts fan going up against last week's top point scorer, the Philanthropist. And guess what? Colts fan won. which is surprising because after last week, the philanthropist walked and talked like he was a true champion. But this week, he was begging and pleading the football gods for a win like a bum. So my question is, who is the real philanthropist? I mean, are you a champion or are you a bum? I mean, nobody likes imposters. They suck. Okay, fellas, so that wraps up week 2. The top point scorer this week is Goats, so big ups to him. Okay, so before we look at this week's top players, please take note that only 2 players from last week's top players even made the list this week. So what does that tell you? No, really. What does that tell you? Because I don't know.